Does it tell you that I'm recording?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Am I loud enough for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to day one of our 10-day yoga wake up challenge. I say challenge, but we're going to keep this fairly introductory and suitable for beginners. And over the course of the 10 days, I'll maybe add in a little more challenge. My name is Kelly, and I will be leading us through a Vinyasa style yoga practice. So these are just short 30-minute sessions that you can fit in at the start of your day to help you get energized. So let's start in easy pose, which is just a cross-legged sitting position. And we're just going to connect with our breath. So if you like, you can close your eyes or just lower your gaze. I'll be looking over here into the right-hand corner because this is where I can see you all. So just whatever is comfortable for you, either close your eyes or just lower your gaze to the ground. And just bring your awareness to your breath. You don't need to do anything to change it just yet. Be aware of breathing in through your nose and exhaling. And now perhaps take a deeper breath in through your nose. Feel your stomach and your chest expand. You can put your hands to your chest and stomach to feel that. And then as you exhale, let it exhale from your chest down to your stomach. We'll do one more, expanding at the stomach first. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. In yoga, it's really important that we connect with our breath and connect our movements with our breathing. And if it's in your practice to do any particular style of breathing, like Ujjayi breathing, then feel free to do that with each of the moves of the postures that we do. So we're going to start with some morning stretches. So inhale to the center, and then we're going to exhale right ear to right shoulder. Inhale to the center. Exhale left ear to left shoulder. Inhale center. Exhale, drop your chin down to your chest. Inhale center. Exhale, drop your head back gently. And then inhale back to center. Pop your hands onto your shoulders and we'll do some rotations forward to loosen up our shoulder joints. Always important to get our joints moving before doing any exercise at all, really, and backwards. But especially if we're going to be doing certain poses that will put some pressure on our shoulders. And just with your wrists as well, rotate outwards and then inwards. And these will all help with poses like downward dog, where you're putting some weight onto your wrists and shoulders. Okay, we're going to move into a tabletop position. So for this, you want to have your hands spread, fingers wide, wrists underneath your shoulders, knees under your hips, hip width apart. And we're going to start with some cat and cow. So this is to bring a bit of movement to our spine. So for cow, we raise our tailbone, lower our bellies, and raise our heads up on an inhale. And for cat, we're rounding the spine, bringing our chin to our chest and lowering our tailbone. So inhale for cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. We'll do one more. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And then bring yourself back into a neutral tabletop position. Bring out your left foot, extend your leg, tuck your toes under, and raise your right hand, thumb up to the ceiling. And if it feels comfortable, you can raise that left foot up to meet the hand for bird dog. And then exhale back to the mat. And the same on the other leg, right leg extended, right arm extended, raising that leg if it feels comfortable. Exhale back to the mat. Back to the other side. Exhale down. Inhale, opposite side. Exhale down, and one more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so bring yourself back into tabletop, making sure that your wrists are below your shoulders, your knees below your hips. And we're just going to do some full body rotations as we go over our hands and then back. Bring our hips back towards our legs. And then change direction. And then back to tabletop. So for this one, we're going to do something called thread the needle. So staying where we are, raise your right arm up and then thread it underneath the left arm, bringing your left arm down to the elbow if that feels comfortable, and bringing your ear to the floor if that feels comfortable. Otherwise, just as far as you can go. And then back up to tabletop. Same with the left arm, raise it up, thread it through. And just stay for a few breaths. And then once more each side, coming back to tabletop. Raise your right arm up as you thread it under and through. And then back to tabletop. And finally, the left side, raise it up and under your right arm. And then bring it back to tabletop. Okay, from here, we're going to move into our first downward dog. So tuck your toes under, and if you can, just raise up onto your feet, raising your hips high. Your aim is to bring your heels towards the ground. They don't need to meet the ground. You might have quite a lot of tightness in your legs. Padding out your legs is quite good for this. If your wrists are hurting, then make sure you're not putting too much of your weight over your hands. Bring it back to your legs. And then put a generous bend in your knees if that feels a bit more comfortable. And then slowly walk your hands back towards your feet and just drop into a ragdoll. Maybe you can sway a little from side to side. And then slowly uncurl, arms raised above your head, looking up, hands together and down into heart center, into our Tadasana, our standing pose. So you can bring your shoulders up to your ears and just draw them back, arms down by your side. We're going to do a few standing poses here and working with warrior 2. So bring your right foot to face the short end of your mat. You want quite a wide stance, so you can bring your left leg back, your heel towards the other end of your mat. And then bend into that front leg, taking each arm out to either side, stretching in opposite directions from each other. Warrior 2. Gazing over the middle finger of your right hand. Draw your navel towards your spine and just stand tall in this pose. Now drop your right arm down onto your right thigh. And we're going to sweep our left arm up and over our ear into a side angle pose. And then spin towards that upper arm. So spin your ribs and your eyes up towards that left arm. Try not to put too much weight into the right arm leaning on your leg. Try and engage your core muscles here. And I sweep this arm back down into warrior 2. And I flip that front hand so the palm is facing up. And we're going to reverse our warrior. So the back leg goes down to join, the back arm, joins the back leg. The right arm raises. And then back into warrior 2. Now you want to be bringing both feet to face the long end of your mat, bringing them parallel. Hands can come to your hips. We're going to inhale, do a small back bend before we exhale into a wide forward fold. Bringing your hands down to the mat if you can. Otherwise, you could grab some blocks or something that you have around the house to bring that floor closer to meet you. Inhale, come halfway up. And exhale the whole way up. And now we're going to switch and do all of that on the other side. So turn your left foot out towards the short end of your mat. Swivel that heel out towards the other end of your mat into a wide warrior pose, bending that front leg so that the knee is above the ankle. Bring out your arms again so that they are parallel to the ground, stretching in opposite directions. Engage your core, bringing your belly button in towards your spine, and gaze past your middle finger of your left arm. Then dropping that left arm onto your left thigh. Spin your right arm up and over your head, and spinning your ribs around, your head around to look up to that arm and the ceiling. Trying not to put too much weight into that left arm. Release your arms back into warrior two. Making sure to keep breathing. And I flip that left palm so it is facing the ceiling and into reverse warrior. And then back into warrior two. Dropping your arms, bringing your feet parallel facing the front long side of your mat. Take an inhale as we do a short back bend, and then exhale, forward fold. Checking that everyone is okay. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, all the way up. Bringing your feet back into mountain pose, Tadasana. Reach your arms up overhead, hands to prayer position, and down to the heart center. I'm going to step back a little so you can see my head. Move my blocks out of the way. Okay, and just take a little pause here. Get your breath naturally flowing. Okay, we're going to come to the end of our mat. Sweeping our arms up above our head in an inhale. As we exhale, we're going to fold forward as far as is comfortable for us. So that could be bringing your hands to your shins, bringing them down to the floor, bringing them to blocks, whatever feels comfortable. Inhale, raise halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Stepping your left, sorry, that's my right, stepping your right foot back, followed by your left into a high plank. And then from here, drop your knees down and lower yourself into cobra. Pressing your chest up into a back bend. From here, we'll curl our toes under and press up into downward dog. Again, paddling your legs if that feels good. Check in with everyone. You all okay? Okay, good. Thumbs up. Fantastic. Okay. You lift one leg and bring it up to step forward, back into halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, raise your hands up above your head and down into heart center. Okay, once more, Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, right foot back, then the left into a high plank. Lower your knees and lower yourself into cobra. Then up into, in fact, no, I'm getting ahead of myself. We're going to push ourselves slowly back into a child's pose. So you can have your legs wide, toes touching, arms outstretched, forehead to the mat. Or if it's more comfortable for you, you can have your legs together, arms outstretched, or next to your legs, whatever feels comfortable. And just take a few breaths here as you relax. Letting your breath slow down a little. And then bring your arms and help yourself back up into a tabletop. And then from here, we're going to get ourselves onto our backs in any way that feels comfortable. Okay, we're going to do bridge pose. So bring your feet towards your bottom, hips width apart. You can have your hands just by your sides. And we're going to try and bring the kind of tops of our shoulders just a little under our bodies as we lift up through our feet. Lifting our back away from the floor, creating a back bend into bridge. And if it feels comfortable, you can interlace your fingers underneath and push them into the ground as you push your hips higher, pushing through your feet. Remembering to breathe here as well. If you can push it just that little bit higher, pushing through the heels, raising up your hips off the ground. And then slowly release your hands and your shoulders and lower your back gently to the ground. Bringing in one knee and straightening out the other. And then relaxing that knee and bringing up the other knee. And then we're going to move into Shavasana. If you find it comfortable to lie without any props, then please do. Otherwise, you could grab yourself a towel, some blocks, cushion, anything to go underneath the knees that will help reduce any pressure on the lower back. And you just want to lie back comfortably, arms out to your side, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Let your feet relax out to the sides. And let your breathing slow as you close your eyes. So Shavasana is a time to integrate, absorb all that we have done in our practice. Bring the pace back down to focus on ourselves. We'll do a short body scan, starting at your feet. So just bring your awareness to your toes, your ankles, up to your shins, your knees, your thighs and hips. Bring awareness up to your navel, your chest, your collarbone, down each arm to elbow and wrist and fingers. Bring your awareness to your shoulders, moving up to your neck, your chin, your cheeks, your nose, your forehead, crown of your head, and down the back of your head to your neck, your back body, down to your hips, all along your spine, down to your hips, and back down each thigh, down your legs to your ankles, your heels, the soles of your feet, and your toes. Just letting your body sink and relax. And if you would like to stay here past this session, then please just stay and don't move when I tell you to, and you can have a longer relaxation period if it suits you. But as we are coming to the end of our class, I will ask those that need to be up and ready to go to slowly bring their awareness back. Start to wiggle fingers and toes and gently move on to one side. And when you're ready, press yourself back up to a seated position. And hopefully that felt like a nice introductory lesson for you all. And I will see you again tomorrow morning for our day 2, where I'll be adding in a few more poses to build on what we have learned today. Thank you very much, everyone. See you later. We'll end recording.